So it's not about going to places like New York, London and these places, seeing ideas over there and bringing it back and just copying it. For us it's about seeing the best of ideas from around the place, but bringing it back to Ireland. How can we make it unique to us? How can we make it uniquely Irish? And working with these producers to create products for us that we can bring in and say, look, that's unique to the Dobos, that's unique to Ireland, nobody else is doing this.
We're celebrating what Ireland has to offer here. You know, we're talking world-class produce like Gubeen, for example, down in Cork, making unbelievable charcuterie meats, like Toby from Toonsbridge, who makes mozzarella better than anywhere I've tasted in the world. People like Noel's Honey there out in Loughrea or out that direction, who makes unbelievable raw honey, which again is second to none anywhere we've had in the world. So yes, authenticity may have certain meanings to some people, but we are being authentic to ourselves in doing something that no other Irish pizzeria has done before. Fingal Ferguson, to put lightly, is a genius. He is the creator behind the charcuterie section down in Gubeen, which is a second generation farm in Schull in County Cork.
If people don't know about Gubeen, very simply, it's a farm, but it's almost like this magical, mythical place that it has to be seen to be believed.
We pulled up to the farm and you see the array of awards, endless stream of awards on the side of the building. Everything that is in place on there was mind-blowing. Going down and seeing the smokehouse for the first time was unbelievable. They get the meat from their own pigs, or they use the co-op, taking the meat in, doing their mixes, starting the fermentation process, then putting it into the casing. All the chorizos, all the sobrasadas, everything in their casing, hanging up, being smoked, and the smell of the oak was unbelievable.
They're all just the most creative people, but the most fun behind it. You walk around each element of the farm, from Fingal, who was non-stop crack from the second you met him, but still, while having crack, probably the most knowledgeable, passionate person I've ever met. So all this time while we were having fun and we're splitting our sides laughing and having the crack, he was imparting the most incredible depth of knowledge that my small brain couldn't handle. Just this multi-talented family. You've got the parents that started out making Gubeen cheese and smoked cheeses, which is where it all began, are still out working now. We're 40 years ago they started making the cheese. You went round to the back of the farm, they're out running after pigs and running after cows and a little gosling that was being born, and that's how passionate they are. They're still working today, they're still pushing themselves.
We're now working with Toby down in Toonsbridge on a cow's milk fior di latte, which to us is an absolute world-class product. Buffalo mozzarella would obviously be a huge staple in Neapolitan pizzerias. I suppose for us, our version is taking maybe the fundamentals of Neapolitan pizza and doing our thing with it. So being authentic and true to ourselves. Prior to my training in Naples, one day we went out to a buffalo mozzarella farm. It was the first time I got to see mozzarella being made and stretched firsthand. Toby, in fairness, let us get our hands dirty and actually make some burrata ourselves, which was, again, an unbelievable experience. We were down there at 6 o'clock in the morning, making it. 10 minutes ago, you just like, oh, getting in that bed now. Getting in that bed. Yeah. No, we were supposed to be there at 6 in the morning. Yeah. Except we slept in until 10:30. Why? I've been getting produce off Toby the last number of years, but definitely in the last 8 months, we've been working quite closely alongside him on his fior di latte. He was trying to perfect his own product and make it work for us, because it has to be the right consistency. It's going into a wood-fired oven at 500 degrees. Our product is obviously very thin, so to get that consistency right, where it's not too wet, not too stringy, we're now at the stage where both of us are happy with the product and we can kind of kick on from here.
No. This is what we call, there's a full on out at that time of the day, so there's a lot of activity. There's a lot of stuff happening in the hive, okay? You can stand in around the back of the hive, guys. Heather, will you bring the frame, the brood box out of the shed? Again, that's all your fresh wax. Yeah. This is it at the start, okay. And this is it when they start building it. Yeah. So they'll build it up and up and up to create the cells.
So when we were in New York, myself and Eugene, we did a pizza research trip for about 8 or 9 days. Our favourite pizzeria was Roberta's in Brooklyn. But one product we had over there used a hot honey. So it's a honey infused with a specific chili. We came back from being like, wow, we need to do something about this.
Mike's Hot Honey is a product in America that's blowing up. It's like the new Frank's Hot Sauce is what everyone is kind of using over there. We could have been, and we were at the start, the only restaurant I think in Ireland that had imported it from America and we're using it. But after bringing it in, it was like, why are we importing this? We could make it better here in Ireland. We've Noel's honey out here in Loughrea, Steve Ockley honey. Why don't we get him to make it unique? Yes, infuse it with chilies, but how can we make it unique here to Ireland and have something that we can stand over and say, actually, that's ours and no one else is doing it?
And we know Noel for years. You know, we started off in markets obviously with the food truck, and Noel would always be a couple of stalls beside us. We'd always exchange honey for pizza. We rang up Noel one day, told him about what we had over in the States. He was buzzing to come on board and to make this chili honey. And rather than make a chili honey, we wanted to better the one that we had over there. It's not just chili and honey, there's a couple other ingredients in there that add an Irish signature twist.
So that's what we've done with him. We've gone out and we made him tweak it with the honey, but also some Irish products that give it that unique flavour that nobody else can do. So yeah, you can go to New York, you can have Mike's Hot Honey, you can go to Barcelona, you can go, but you won't have the honey we have, because that's unique to us here in Galway. So that's something that, you know, gives us pride that when we serve it, we know that no one else can do it.
Come on, we'll put on the kettle again.
Sound.
And we'll taste more honey. 8 more bread.
So the purpose of getting down to Cork and staying with the likes of Fingal and Toby, for one, was to learn firsthand, I suppose, and to educate ourselves on, you know, the world-class produce that we do have here at our fingertips. And two, to take that knowledge and build it into a menu where, I suppose, is reflective of where we are today. Take the Peter Singer, for example. Fresh Fiorda latte from Toby, Goubine chorizo, one of Fingal's finest, and both ours and Noel's creation, the funky hot honey. Next up, the Duffer, which is a white base, so we have a lime cream, Fingal sopressata, again Toby's Fresh Fiorda latte, coriander, jalapeno, lime, but again with local beautiful produce. Again, this one is in honour of Toby himself, so a smoked margarita. Fresh Fiorda latte, smoked scamorza, which they smoke themselves down in Tunesbridge, and a smoked sea salt. Again with the regular classics of a margarita, your parmesan, basil, and extra virgin olive oil. Look, we've put a lot of work into this menu, but we've had a lot of fun doing it, and we can't wait for you to come in and try it. Look, just get in, folks, and eat it, and enjoy it.
Yeah. Does that make any sense? That last bit was shy.
Did I make that up?
It is, yeah.
No, I was like, all I could think of was bee nest.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. No, sound.